Hello, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald.
On board.
And we're going to bring you a rulebook rundown of Oddland by Allplay.
Yes, this is our fourth of a group of Allplay games. We've done unboxings, which were posted yesterday on YouTube. We're now going with rulebook rundowns of all four. So if you're interested in any of these, we'll go through how they all play. And then, in a few days on YouTube, you'll be able to see a playthrough of each of these, where we'll dig in, battle it out, and see who reigns victorious across the group of four. Or
Yeah, they've all been very different, which is great. Yeah, I mean, someone might be able to do I guess it still could potentially be time to do best 3 out of 4 for like something like money, which plays relatively quickly.
I want us to know if I win 2 of the games, you win 2 of the games.
I know, as I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because like we did a best 2 out of 3 for money, the winner of that would be the winner of.
Yeah.
What we could do is the ones that play quickly, we could do a couple of games to make sure there's only one winner ultimately. So for money, we could do 3 games. You win 2 of them. Somebody wins Ruins.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We'll figure it out.
We're talking about Oddland. We're not talking about money. We're not talking about Vegas Strip. We're not talking about Ruins, but we did talk about those in our other rulebook rundown. So go check those out. All right. What do you have for Oddland?
So Oddland starts out with map cards. So we have 37 map cards.
We have a few more, I think.
We do not.
Those are called map cards?
No.
Cool. Nice. All right. What are we doing with map cards?
Shuffle them
These are the way.
and deal each player 2 for their starting hand.
No, big hands. Let's do a fun little shuffle. Can we bridge with these map cards? Let's find out here. Oh, yeah. Kind of. I'll take it. All right. So we each get 2.
We each get 2.
One for you. One for me.
And these
One for
will
you. One for me.
stay here. And then you're going to place 2 face up in the middle of the game board.
And any specific orientation?
Next to each other. It says right
Are there
now.
any rules?
We're not that far yet. I'm assuming it's going to tell me right here, but it doesn't say yet in the setup.
Okay.
Place the deck available to the players afterwards.
Okay.
Place above the map cards, I guess.
Well,
Maybe,
we're
I
going
don't
to
know.
picture building out around, so I'll put it up here
Yeah, that's fine.
in the corner.
Next, you have species cards. We have a total of 10 species cards. So that is these cards here. So we had 6 in the base. We have 4 in the expansion. It says flip all species to side A.
Sit down. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a CE.
Those are expansions.
Yeah.
There's only a side A or B for the flora were extras.
Double-sided. During setup, choose any one flora card and any other 5 species cards. Okay. So we're going to shuffle.
So we have the expansion. What's the expansion called? The big and the
the
bold?
big and the bold.
So that's why we have some extra flora cards here, as well as some other extra animals,
Yeah,
too.
one more. Flora, I think.
No, you have them all.
4 species cards.
Yeah, they're front and back. Well, there's 4 species cards. There's flora, but also there was extra.
Oh, there was
extra animals.
okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so it says flip 6 species cards to side A, lay them out where everyone can see them. And then there's a B side to these, or other sides for the flora ones. In other games, you can choose the other sides.
So that's what we're gonna use.
Yep. No.
There's more than 6. It says
It says 1 flora, 5 of those for this expansion.
Oh, it says we're always using a flora.
Yeah, 1 flora, and then now 5 of those would be the slight change. So if you have the expansion, the big and the bold, you'll deal 1 flora card out of the flora. You'll then deal 5 of the species cards.
Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah.
So save those. Okay.
All right. Each player will then get a player aid.
Which we have. Sorry, I'm getting these out of the way of the map. Okay. So, player aid.
Player aid. And 7 species tokens with the same symbol at the bottom of your player aid.
So I'm white.
Yep. So you're going to get 1 of each of the species with the white bottom. I am orange.
It's more than 7.
Oh, so we have additional 2 from the big and the bold, so you should have 9.
And you're orange.
Yeah, so 3, 6, 9, yep.
Oh, these are the species, everybody.
There you go. Cool. There's your 9, yep.
all yours.
Fantastic. Okay, and then identify first player is the last of setup. It does say if you're playing with 4 or more players, each player returns 1 Flora token back to the box.
Okay. We're not playing with 4 or more, so we're not doing that.
Yep. Overview. Excuse me.
Shut up.
In Oddland, players build a shared map and mark territories where they find new species. Place your cards and tokens tactically to earn points.
Okay.
The map. Map cards you play are added to the map in the middle. Each map has 4 spaces, 1 of 4 terrain types. Terrain type A on the top left of that first map card is a forest. Terrain type on the bottom left corner there is water, mountain, and then there's a tannish, which is sand or shore. So you have 4 different types of terrain.
There we go.
Territories. Orthogonally adjacent spaces of the same terrain type make up a territory. Territories that share a border are called neighboring territories. So, for example, we have a size 1, size 1, size 1, size 1, size 1, and a size 3 territory. These are considered neighboring territories because they're next to each other.
The neighbors.
Species. The species cards that we have over here show how species tokens score at the end of the game. So I'm just going to grab one of them. Oh.
I was used to be able to see it. So you can do one of yours over there. I'm bringing it down the side here so that way we're on camera for everybody to see.
I'm going to grab this one. We'll zoom in here in the center. Boom. So the Picarose here. So for this, you have your name. You have in the upper right-hand corner the token. So for example, that... Pigors.
It's Pigors, yeah.
So you have the matching token there. You have a scoring effect. So this says 2 of
sand
that.
territory.
Yep, per sand. You have a visual effect here, and it just gives you an example, which is nice.
Nice.
You have side A or the other side, and then you have a solo mode. So if you're playing solo, score modifier.
No score modifier. All right, player turns. Players take turns in clockwise order. Each turn has 3 steps. Step 1, play a map card. Step 2, play a species token. Step 3, draw a map card. All right, so step 1, play a map card. Reveal 1 map card from your hand and add it to the map following these rules. Would you like to place a map card as I explain the rules?
Sure.
At least one space on your card must share an edge with a space on the current map.
Okay.
Okay. You may cover up to 2 empty spaces on the map.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. You may cover, so you're actually covering spaces. Cool. You may never cover any species tokens on the map.
Yep.
That's it.
So if I go, I can place this token right, or this map tile right there.
You can also
I know.
do that.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. So you do not have to line up the territories to be the same. Like you don't have to water and water. You could do this. That's legal.
Sure.
This is also legal, but it behooves you to make large
Yes.
territories if that's what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
Place a species token. Next, place one of your species tokens on the map following these rules. You must place your species in one of the 4 spaces on the map card you just added.
Okay.
You may not place your species in a territory where there is already a species token of any type belonging to any player. So, if I had already had a species token there, you could not place one here.
Yep. Makes sense.
Okay. Draw a map card. At the end of your turn, draw back up to 2 map cards.
Sure.
Here you go. On your last turn in the game, skip this step. Game end. The game ends once each player has placed all their species tokens. Use the scoreboard to record how many points each player scores for each species. Add up each player's total score to determine the winner. If there's a tie, whomever has the species token with the largest territory wins. If still tied, check next largest territory and so on. Scoring Flora. The A side of the Flora card does not have a scoring effect.
Heads?
Perfect.
Nothing on there.
Correct. When playing with Flora A, Flora tokens can be used to stall or block territories, but do not score any points. So again, you can't place a species in an area where there's already a species.
And then Flora is that red token there.
Yep. All right, so tips and reminders. You must place a species token every single turn. You cannot legally do so. You must move your map card so you can. If you can place any species token on any terrain type, even if it'll score you 0. Species that can score terrain outside their territory, e.g. the Owloose, A or B, do not need to be in that type of terrain to score. So you can essentially you can hate place to block the other players. When playing a map card, you can connect territories that contain 2 or more species tokens. For scoring purposes, each species occupies the combined territory. Okay, so you can't place one where there already is a species, but you can create one where there's already 2 species connected. So like, if this happened to be like the situation and you had another double tree, you could place the double.
Actually, this one. Let's use this.
Yes, I'm trying to get to one that has. Here.
Oh, God, yeah.
So what it's saying is, if we had this situation, right? Those are legally placed. You can then place this. We'll just say it's being placed like that.
Exactly.
Like that, to connect them, and they're still fine, even though there's 2 technically in a terrain. They both would score for the terrain, just you wouldn't be able to place anything into that terrain as well. All right, these places. That's a question. Can you rotate the map cards? It didn't say you couldn't.
Don't know.
Yeah, so these are upside down in this image. So.
Cool.
I see we can.
Just follow the rest of the rules, yeah?
Yep. Okay. Adjacent spaces share an edge, not just a corner. Surrounding spaces include all the space, include the space itself, spaces adjacent to it, and spaces that share a corner with it.
Okay.
Those are all surrounding spaces, but they're not considered adjacent if it's cornered. Oh, not just a corner. So corners are also adjacent. In this instance.
Okay.
So everything touching a space is adjacent. When scoring a species territory, row, column, diagonals, or surrounding spaces, count the species' own space if it meets the scoring criteria. This includes the kangaroo A, which always counts itself.
Okay. So this is based on scoring, yep.
With 1 to 3 players, each player has multiple Flora tokens. If a Flora have a scoring effect, score each of your tokens individually and write down the total.
All right.
That's it.
And
Easy peasy.
We have like 2 other things here for the big and the bold. So again, the big and the bold add in a few different species tokens and some other cards. So setup we already talked about. So 1 Flora and 5 other cards instead of just 6 of the species cards. New Flora. Oddland is full of weird things. When playing with Flora E, which is this one here, you may you may only place Flora tokens outside the map, not on the map itself. When playing with Flora F, which is probably the other side of E, it is, look at that. You must still place new species before or after swapping. If you swap with a whale elephant, you may place your Flora in either space. So it's pretty clear on the picture, and it'll show you some examples. New Fauna. The whale, in this expansion, all species that are not Flora are considered fauna. So there's a whale elephant. The whale elephant is so... Is that over here? Yes, it is. And the other one is the cheetah. So for the whale elephant, it's massive. It takes up 2 whole territories. So it must be placed on the border between 2 spaces of different terrain types. Both spaces must be on the map card you played, and both territories unoccupied. Excuse me. The whale elephant occupies both territories and scores them as indicated on the card. It counts as being in both for all scoring effects. The cheetois, or cheetotis, whatever, is a...
cheetois.
What would be a tortoise, right? Yeah. Tortoise. Cheetus. Cheetahs? I don't know. Who cares?
Tortoise.
The cheetah-like character is a competitive critter who wants the biggest territory. It awards points to the players with the largest and second largest cheetah territory or combined territory of all your fauna. In a tie, all players with the largest territory get 12 points, and all players with the next largest get 6. When playing with side B of that card, each space in your territory count each space in your territory twice. Do not count your flora's territory. If multiple fauna share a territory, count entire territory once for each of them. So it just shows through that you can count 2 different things. For a more intense game, you can play with only fauna. So in a 1 to 3 player game, use all 7 fauna as a potential play.
Yes, I don't think, because I didn't say that we start with 9. I think we still only ever have 7 because we have the 5 fauna and the 2 flora, which is 7. We don't use 2 of these.
Yeah, I realize that.
Yeah, just for your clarification.
Yeah, so for your tokens, you're going to have the 2 flora, and you're going to have the 5 matching to the 5 that are in play. It does say remove the rest from the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that simple. So you're building some map tiles, you're placing out your different creatures, and then going to score points in the end based on all of the different criteria.
Cool. Simple enough.
Yeah.
Oh. I like that you can stack the territories on top of each other.
That's fun.
To like break up someone else's territory.
Yeah.
And make another one stronger. Alrighty. Well, that was Oddland by Allplay, our rulebook rundown. We are now going to be jumping into playthroughs live on Twitch for all 4, for Vegas Strip, Money, and Ruins. If you want to see the rulebook rundowns for those, check out those videos on YouTube as well. You watching this right now, of course, we already did the live play on Twitch, so we will have the playthroughs coming out here shortly as well, so watch for those. If you want to join us for our live playthroughs, we do those on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thursdays typically being our theme games of the month. Saturdays is where we do our crowdfunded games and campaign games.
Yeah.
To keep up to date with when and what we're doing, definitely follow us at Board Games on Instagram as well. And if you want to know when we're going live, make sure that you follow us on Twitch and subscribe to us here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You ready to jump into these?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us here at Board Games. We gave you a rulebook rundown of Oddland by Allplay. I'm Bald.
On board.
We'll see you on the territory. I don't know.